Merry Christmas and welcome Jeff Lebby and that high-flying offense to Mississippi State. This is the first in several of these types of videos that we'll do where we're for entertainment / a little bit of education and getting familiar with what some of his past offenses have looked like at Ole Miss and at Oklahoma and other places. We'll watch a little bit, right? All of the content on this channel is made possible by your local Mississippi Farm Bureau insurance agents, like my buddy Brian Street in Greenville. You live in that area over there? Go check him and his guys out. This is not some sort of all-encompassing deep dive into the X's and O's and every play call and terminology and lingo and jargon. It's not what this is. We're just going to watch some stuff together and you're going to kind of see, like I did, you start to get a feel for several things. 3 key things you can see in this. 1, the quarterback is involved in the run game when the personnel allows for that. 2, formations vary greatly, like they will really spread the field, put guys right on the sidelines, and then at times really crunch them in and do some different things. It's fun to watch what they do formationally. And then all of those things fit into a system that, at least at Oklahoma and at Ole Miss, they could go really fast. They were in the top 5 in the country in terms of how quickly they were snapping the ball inside of the play clock. And so in this video, a few examples that show the variation in formation, how they would spread the field and get people open. And then at the same time, they could snap the ball as quickly and go as fast really as anybody in the country. So let's take a look. Look at the pre-snap formation on this second down play. Essentially, you got 4 eligible receivers to the wide side of the field. They're going to motion out of it. Watch what they do. Motion out of 3-by-1 to 2-by-2. And it's basically like double screens out here, just smoke screens on both sides. What's interesting to me is how they pick it, which side to go to. So, motion across. You look at the width. Receivers out here, out beyond the numbers. To the wide side of the field, though, they're inside the numbers. You see them right here. So it's like the whole formation is just sort of like balanced to the left hash where the ball is. But when they motion here, what you're going to get is block up, and then he becomes a screen man on this side. And here, because there's more cushion on the corner, what they're doing is blocking inside and screening it out here. A couple things about it. Watch them rotate it. See the motion, what Texas is doing. They got a 4-man front, 2 in there. And so they're motioning up into this, either cover 3 or man free. It kind of looks like, cover 3 or maybe some combo coverage. But by virtue of that, what it does, it removes the third defender. And now you just got 2-on-2 out here. And it's a matter of like who's running the screen and do we get a block and where do we complete it and what's the timing. And I would think, too, that pre-snap, ball on the left hash, you got a tighter corner into the boundary, much more cushion wide side of the field. So that kind of tells you, either they've already predetermined that's where they're going and design it that way, or maybe he's able to pick and choose and he's choosing this side because it's identical routes on both sides. But the thing is, to me, the rule is for the receivers to be able to block downfield, to go ahead and block downfield while the ball's in the air and caught, then technically the rule is it's got to be behind the line of scrimmage, right? And if you look at this, both receivers that are potentially going to catch the ball, at the time the ball is thrown, he's past the line of scrimmage on this side. He's not getting it. He's getting it, and he's past the line of scrimmage. And if you look, there's already a block happening 5 yards downfield here, and then this block is going to happen. It's actually going to take place. So if you just look at this one, okay, that block's going to happen before the ball's caught. See it? So, technically, according to the rule, you can't do this and complete this past the line of scrimmage, but they're letting it go. And it's a heck of a play if you can get it, because just catch it and step up there and make a first down pretty easy. Let's watch this one on a 1st and 10 play and decide if you think the quarterback has an option here, if this is an RPO type of play, or if you think this is a straight called run. Let's see what you think. Motion out to empty. It looks like he's absolutely catching this snap in run mode right here, like it's a delay. Just quarterback draw out of shotgun is effectively what that is. You can make those yards. But here's why I would love to know like how they call it, what they teach, and can you read it? Because you have something called here where you got guys running routes. 2 slot guys are running routes. The back, flares out here as if he believes, there may be an option to get him the ball. You got others who are blocking, out in front of it. So again, there may be options or, like RPO type stuff built into this play. So you see what I mean? You get a hitch right here, and then he picks up a block. You're getting an out route here with this quarterback draw. And what happens is, let's just say he is reading it. Okay, let's just say, for example, maybe he does have options here. Like if there's a different look, or if there's a pressure look with no safeties on this play and you get this, he's going to throw it out here to this back. Or maybe he's going to throw that quick out route up here to the slot. But what happens is they've got balanced defensive formation, 4, 3, 2 safeties. It's like a pre-snap anyway. It just looks like cover 2 high safeties, 7 in the box. So when you motion out to empty, you see them adjust. He goes out, linebacker runs out, he stays here. So there is nobody in the middle of this formation. So again, if he's reading it, it may just be that once you see this alignment on the snap, he knows I'm going to look, hold, and then follow the block because they're going to combo up to this backside linebacker over here. So there may be a read built into this. And if it is, it's pretty brilliant because, again, you see the snap right here. You see what he sees. Right here, we get one block on line of scrimmage. There's nobody in the middle of the field on 1st and 10. And delay draw. There's the combo happening really well, in fact, up to that linebacker. And looks to me like I know you got a free defender here, but just bust it on up in here instead of the comeback. Easy for me to say because all this is happening real fast. Now, all this is to show that here in the first quarter, they got themselves in a 3rd and 3, and now look at the formation. You got tight end and hip receiver right there, bunched into the end line of scrimmage. And then your 2 to the right side, ball's really in the middle of the field. They're both inside the numbers. So just an example of formationally, we'll see a lot here on this tape where they're spreading the field as wide as you can spread it with receivers lined up way outside the numbers and trying to create as much space in here as you can. But here's a 3rd down play where we're going to, tight end, bring one in. We got him here. Our widest is still inside the numbers, and it's a much tighter formation. So it's just, formationally, they'll do a lot. Okay, still first quarter in this game. This is a neat one right here. Look at this formation. It's 2x2, 4 wides, and the ball in the middle of the field. But you're stacking them up just on the outside of the numbers on one side and stacking them up outside the numbers on the other side. So just pre-snap, look at the distance. You got 4 total players that are so removed, and it's forced your defense to really spread out pre-snap. Now I'm gonna watch the play. There's 6 in the box. This is some type of zone coverage right here, so they only rush 4. And then you get a deep ball up the field. But the way they get to it, it's really smart. It's interesting to me. It's just a good way to do it, right? So here's your 5 linemen, a 6th in protection if the back stays in, like if they were to blitz or something. 6 in the box. So even if all 6 come, you got enough to protect, and the back can check and decide if he's going to leave if they don't come. From a coverage standpoint, it's almost like, Texas has game planned this, that when they do this stack thing out wide, again, it's a type of zone. They're playing zone underneath. Safety is like a zone safety in the middle. He didn't have a man. But you see the positioning? Both outside corners are trying to feed things to the inside, got their hips turned. And both inside safeties have their hips turned, trying to feed here. So they're trying to, on both sides, bracket and then pick up based on what these receivers do. That, I don't know what they call it, but that's what it is. Like, he's going to stay outside and take whichever one of these is outside. He's going to stay inside and take whichever one of these is inside, regardless of what the routes are. That, bracket them that way on both sides. And what Oklahoma does, the top receiver here to this right side, he pushes up to this deepest defender, pushes up on him right here. And effectively, he lines up here on the numbers. If he runs straight up the field on a go route, right, like he's on the sideline, there's not much room out here to complete the ball. But the design is he pushes up inside, the outside stops, gives you that underneath option, and he pulls that defender. So then you just get the one-on-one up the field right here. Like he winds up pushing vertical one-on-one with him. And then because of the route, you have all this room to drop the ball in the box outside the numbers, and the quarterback puts it out there. So it's a really neat design. See him push up. He's inside. And TV actually gave you a good look at this. And this is what I'm talking about. See, so this receiver, he started out here. His route pushes him inside. And now you have all this room to put the football away from the defender and get your receiver to fall out here and make the play. So it's a good way to kind of create some space and give you a chance for your receiver to make a play by looking at the ball. Like I said, TV gave you a good view of it, of the route. See the top receiver push inside, see that move inside? And, you've got this option. He's going to stop if both turn and run. Like if they both turn and run based on their coverage to take away a deep ball, you got a completion out here if you want to take it. But 2-on-2 route, outside stays up. Now it's 1-on-1 up the hash or inside the numbers. He's beat. Where do I put the ball? Outside, away from the DB. We got a big play. There are a lot of offenses around the country that, have different spread concepts and formationally will line up all over the field. You see that. It's not necessarily like unique to this one offense. But I would say that you can tell that Lebby really has a knack as a designer and a play caller for when and how to do those things, especially given certain matchups. All right, 3rd and 10, right here at the end of the first quarter, and you're close to the red zone, but not quite in it. Got to get to the 20 to get inside the red zone. Anyway, 3rd and 10, and Oklahoma begins the formation. Tight bunch. Even though, again, they're not like right here off the edge of the line of scrimmage. They are tight for this offense, which is 3 bunched on the hash. So, again, you look at the formation. Here's on the hash. The next widest is inside the number. So we got a much tighter formation for an offense that sometimes will put them all the way outside on the sidelines. And just forcing the defense to defend something different. And they show 6 in the box, but then Oklahoma's going to motion out of it to wind up with 2-by-2, and watch what they do right here. We'll watch the play. So motion out of it. They stay in their zone coverage, just expand the other way. Gives you room to throw an out ball past the stick. That's a really good catch. Pretty good throw, but it's an even better catch right there past the stick. So we see how they get to it. What Texas is doing is initially putting 3 over 3 right here, but they're going to stay with it with 3 over 2 and then rotate. So you're going to get over the top, underneath, right here when they run to. So it's still like a 2 high safety zone. See what I mean? So here's a route. And so on this side, it's 1, 2 underneath and 1 over the top. Over here, it's 1, 2 underneath and 1 over the top. So it's 3 over 2, 3 over 2. So theoretically, again, 3 over 2, we ought to cover it, right? 3 over 2, we ought to cover it, right? But watch the routes. And the timing of it, too, is we're pushing vertical into a safety that's dead, right? Right here, you're behind the drop linebacker into a safety that jumps it. That's dead. Hard to see what happens back here on the camera. But instead, you effectively get a one-on-one out past the stick. And quarterback's got his eyes on this defender, the whole way to make sure that he's dropping it. And when he sees him take a step back, see those two steps, now I'm going to let the ball go before the break. See that? So the timing of those out routes, that'll never change. Been that way for 100 years, is I got to get the ball out to the sideline just before he actually breaks. If I wait till he breaks, it's too late. So good timing on the throw. So there's an example of, instead of lining guys up wide and getting people open down here, it's lining guys up tight inside to out as opposed to outside to in. Makes it hard on defense. All right, now that's an interesting look. Look at this 1st down and 10 play right here. Starting a possession, 1st and 10, and the ball is on the right hash for Oklahoma in this game. They're behind now. Texas scored. They come out and they start this possession with 4 receivers bunched together into the boundary, into the short side of the field. Right side, ball on right hash, short side of the field, 4 receivers all bunched together pre-snap. Now we're going to motion them across. Okay, the other thing is I say 4 receivers. It's really all 5 because the back's over here too, okay? So you got 4 receivers in the back. There's 5. Now watch all 5 of them. Here we go. We're motioning. The back moves over to the left of the quarterback, and all 4 receivers move over here. Okay, so now we flipped it. And Texas is adjusting a little bit. See their defense shifting? Corner comes in on the boundary. So again, let's notice that. What are they doing? They're shifting the whole same defensive call. We're just going to shift it now to the wide side of the field. So what does that do? It puts the safety coming over, and the corner comes in, and now he's an edge defender, but he doesn't come down the line of scrimmage. He goes to the next level. See this? So if they've got some sort of cover 3 call, which they do, safety moves over, 1 moves in. Now I'm the deep third defender over here. Okay, I'm off the line of scrimmage. There are no eligible receivers on this side, so he's off the line. So what does that do? That means that into the boundary, the widest, to the edge, over here on the edge of the defense, the widest defender on the edge is this defensive end lined up right there with his hand out. There's nobody else in the box outside of that defensive end. So when they snap the ball, they're going to run zone back this way into the boundary, and right off the bat, this tackle is going to clip the edge, and seal it. They're going to combo up to him and then up to the next level, and it gets the back to the edge really quickly. So 4 into the boundary, motion, force the defense to adjust, run it right back to where they came from. Neat design. Motion them out, everybody's removed, and here's what I'm talking about. Now we're zoning. The widest defender is right there on line of scrimmage, and the tackle's got his head outside. So then can you combo up? Boom. You're to the edge. Now, I'll tell you, this defender, he does a pretty good job. He jumps outside so that you don't get pinned and give up the sideline right here, like you're going to force the back inside where I've got help. And not only does he force him in, he gets around the lineman and slows up the back. It's a pretty good play by kid for Texas right there. Good pursuit from behind as well. All right, let's watch a little sequence here for their offense. We're starting this on 1st and 10, second quarter, down 4, 8:51 left. So just, normal down and distance deal. You're not quite across midfield yet, 1st and 10. So let's watch it and watch the clock and how they operate against it. First down, you have to come down to your check down. You make something really positive on first down out of what didn't look like much, so just dropping coverage. All right, so he's down on the ground. So at 8:42. All right, so at 8:42, let's watch the clock. You get a sub. Okay, now we're 10 seconds off the clock. They're hustling sub because they know the offense is going to hurry. You're getting a call from the sideline for 2nd and 3. And here's a note while we're looking at that. See, they're looking at it too. They're tracking the speed of the offense on the TV broadcast because they're saying that on the play clock, it's the 4th highest in the football bowl subdivision, that they would snap it with an average of 18, almost 19 seconds left on the play clock in this offense. They go quickly. So again, he hit the turf at 8:42. Let's see when you get it snapped here. Okay, you're snapped with, less than 30 seconds elapsed and 16 remaining on the play clock here. So 2nd down, you get it snapped there. Don't make anything. On 2nd 4, maybe half a yard. Not really. I guess they called him down where he was. So now we're coming up on 3rd down. Let's go back and look at the clock. Okay, plays down at 8:10. Now they've started the play clock at 40. Let's see when they snap it. So he's down at 8:10. We're going to run a 3rd down play within how many seconds? You see, it's calling in from the sideline. Everybody's looking at the sideline. See receivers, O-line, quarterbacks. You can see it's kind of interesting what they use, these big panels, to block the guys in the press box on their side from being able to see behind them. You got multiple coaches giving signals, and that means that one of these guys is giving the signal, the other is giving a dummy signal, so that, we'll switch those up throughout the game. Or it could be that way, depending. Again, at 8:10, and they're not going to get it snapped at 18 or 19 on the play clock here. on this third down play, but instead they're going to snap it after motion. Okay, so they ran 31 seconds off the play clock, snapped it at 9, and you're basically 30 seconds, between plays. 30 seconds of game time, 30 off the play clock from the time that the ball is snapped. So still pretty efficient even when they're in slow mode, right? This is their slow mode right here. And then the third down play, watch them. Ball's in the right hash. You look at the formation. They start with the receiver who's basically on the sideline and motion him in. That's how wide he is into the boundary. Out here, we're just inside the numbers, but there's no safety, right? So 4 down. There's 3 underneath here. So it's like 3 over 2. And again, 3 over 2 out here. But the coverage is, deep to that wide side of the field. And so it kind of tightens everything up. You motion in, and then it gave that inside receiver a chance to try to pick his defender off of his teammate here and then run an out route after he didn't beat him over the top. And that's what you get, a one-on-one route. Tried to pick him, didn't get it. Quarterback puts his eyes on the wide side of the field, sees a coverage drop, comes back to the boundary and throws the out route for a first down. All right, here's an example, kind of speed sweep, jet sweep, but it goes in the books as a pass play because you're tossing it forward there instead of a direct handoff, not blocking the end. Look at a couple of things. Look how they get it done. Speed motion out of 2x2. So they start the formation 2x2 with a tight end right here as a part of it. He comes across to the wide side of the field, not blocking the end man on the line of scrimmage. Instead, we're down with the tackle to seal this inside. And then, so offensive line, everybody's back, okay? Everybody's back, not blocking him. And then your play side, you're going to take an outside release with the tight end to catch that first inside. And back is around the edge to catch the first outside and try to create the lane. And the deal is this guy has to beat this unblocked guy right here. So that's the play. See him back, tight end, backer up, get the outside. And I'll be honest with you. It's not bad. I mean, Texas is a really good football team, but you play a lot of defensive ends in the SEC that don't even give it a whole lot of pub, that they turn and make this play 9 times out of 10. I'm just telling you. The guys in the Southeastern Conference will turn and they will make this play a bunch. But it's a good job, get that leverage, stretch it to the outside, and then up. Go make your yards. The end still almost gets there. So he's down, let's see, 6:53. They're blowing the whistle. So let's watch him operate here. That was your first down play. So he's down at 6:53, play clock at 40, and let's see how quickly they can get lined up and run the second down play. Okay, now they've started the clock. You see quarterback's already barking a signal, get lined up, get lined up. Don't give the defense chance to sub. Here's what I like about it is, you're putting pressure on the official to get out of the way. That's when you know you're fast offensively, is he's getting it down. Everybody is already lined up and ready to run this next play. Every last one of them. You're waiting on the officials to get out of the way. And so you're going to snap it at 12 seconds. You've run 12 to 13 off the game clock and 12 seconds off the play clock, snapping it at 28. That's really going fast now. Punch it in here. I think they maybe get a first and goal. I don't know, but that's going quick. So this is where they wound up scoring in that series on the second down play, just straight up inside zone type run and pop it. And it's neat how they do it. You got a view from behind the play, you kind of see the blocking right here. And yeah, the guy who is actually unblocked on this play, like if you were reading it, some type of something, but it's an intentional, you pass him up on the offensive line, and that is the 3 technique. On the guard, on the offensive guard, we're going to not block him. Okay, and so that guard is going to slam down in this head-up nose. He's not a shade nose. The head-up nose, they went with a 3-man front here on the goal. So you get this combo right here on the side where you have another shade 3 and you're blocking back that way. So I've got automatic leverage on that 3 going in there. We get a combo on the nose up to linebacker, and there ain't nobody else to even step in here. And what's interesting to me is as fast as this offense is going, it's interesting. Like, this is the perfect place to run this football right here, and the perfect play call to do it right here. It's like if you were to almost walk out here and tell the defense how you want them to line up. See, you go, let's just say the back was on the other side. You go the other way, you got a 3, but you got a guy who's stepping into the gap right here and another defender. So there's 2 linebackers that are up on the line of scrimmage. They're both on this side. The 2 closest D tackles are, nose and 3 on this side. And you're running the ball the other side where it's shade in the gap and he's way over here. And I guess it's just because maybe the ball's on the right hash. But regardless, it's the perfect call. And they're running so fast, it's interesting to me that you get this. And what they do is, again, combo here up to linebacker, here easily. Okay, so there's your hole. You're running it in. But he's not blocked. So, like, how does he make the play? Well, you're back on him with the tight end. The tight end's coming back across to pick him up. See that? So there it all happens. Combo up to this linebacker. Right there, I got leverage right away. We're not even blocking a defensive tackle backside, but it doesn't matter. The tight end's coming across. He can't make the play. And there we go, walk into the end zone and score. Like I say, it's just a walk in. At the time they played Texas, they were averaging snapping the football, average across all their plays, with 18 seconds left on the play clock. That was in the top 5 in the country. We see in this game examples of sometimes they're only running 10, 11 seconds off the play clock. Like, it starts at 40, they're snapping it at 30 and already lined up and ready to go. That's really efficiently going fast. A lot of teams will do that every now and then. It looked like to me this was, at least in this game, and you can see other examples, they do it a lot. And so because of that, they would slow it down and maybe snap the ball with 15, 16 seconds on the play clock. Well, that's still going pretty quick. It's just that compared to what they could do at times, it seems slow. So that's why I said even when they're going slow, they still were kind of going fast. All right, look at this first down and 10 play. Look how wide the receivers are in this formation to begin. If you look, to get them all in the screen, the cameras have basically had to give you everybody on the field just to get all of their receivers in the shot, because the widest to the left is way outside the numbers, almost on the sideline. The slot receiver, if you want to call him that, is basically just inside the numbers. On the far side, you're on the sideline. That's how far we're stretching this thing. Again, slots on the numbers. So this is the full width of the field they're going to have to defend here defensively. And the shade of the defense, they go, 4 down, so you got 2 underneath, and they've shaded that defense, that 2 underneath, to the left side of the field, to this side, right? Because instead of being over here, he's underneath over here. Watch what they do right here. Watch the play. So he's going to play fake opposite to his right, but then come back and throw to his left. And you hit a guy underneath on a hitch, and we go make 9 yards on first down. Coulda, shoulda, woulda been more. But look at this, what happens. Again, the underneath defender, wide side. And you think, well, if he's out here and he's in a zone coverage underneath, I wonder why the read went to this hitch here, to this slot, to the side where there is an underneath defender the closest, because like up here you ran hitch, they bailed, and you could have thrown that. Well, the deal is a play fake. And again, I don't know how they coach it and what they tell, but when he reverses and play fakes away, keep your eyes on this defender. Watch how he reacts to just the run fake here. See that? So he's in a zone coverage, but when that quarterback turns to show the ball to the running back away, even though his eyes are upfield, the linebacker's coming downhill. Okay, so that run fake pulls him out of your throwing lane. Quarterback's anticipated the whole way and read him. His eyes are on him the whole way. He's not even looking anywhere else. It's like that's determining where he's going to flip and throw. It's like this play is designed to, if we fake run over here, he's here, and we got this. And, I know it's not that simple. There's other stuff built into it. But when you spread the field that wide, again, it's not like, he's here and you got a slot receiver running underneath him where he could turn and still maybe get there. I mean, he's 5 yards farther out here on the numbers running it here. Once he takes one step, there's no chance he's getting back out there underneath that throw. And so the width of the formation has a lot to do with that. Watch him. Okay, let's see the quickness here on watch the clock. We're at 147 when he was down. They've started the play clock, getting lined up quickly for a second down play. Okay, you're lined up and ready at 30 seconds on the play clock and snapping it at 29. So 11 seconds into the play clock, you're running a play on second one, get a first down. All right, let's watch how the quarterback operates in this situation. So this is 2-minute drill before the half. Only 1:20 remaining in the half. They got a 2nd and 10 play here, and let's watch them, operate against the clock. Because, when you're an offense that does go fast a lot, it sort of makes these situations a lot more comfortable, frankly. So here you are, 2nd and 10, and you got your outside receiver lined up on the sideline. This one's way outside the numbers too. So again, we're really spreading that formation. We saw the play earlier. We went hitch into the left side. Here he is going to go hitch to the outside in the boundary underneath. One move, make him miss, and now you got a big play and a run out. So it certainly helps in a 2-minute drill. You get a big play like that. But he's down at 111, and because it is under 2 minutes until the half, they're going to stop the clock to move the chains for a first down, and I guess won't start that play clock until they spot it. No, they're going to go ahead and start the play clock, but they stop the game clock. You can see the route. He's underneath. Timing is everything. Comes back to the football, doesn't wait on it, keep that space between the defender, and now turn it up. Okay, so you see that while we're watching replay, they're getting lined up. And even with no timeouts, Oklahoma had no timeouts, 1:11, they have so much confidence in going fast that they're not in a humongous hurry right here. They're just efficient. Waiting on the official. He's out of the way. Now we're kind of lined up, ready to go. Going to snap it at 19, 18. This is a play clock, 17, 16. So there's 16 on the play clock right here. So they're treating this normal. Like this is just normal deal, snapping it with 16 on the play clock. But you're still snapping it 1st and 10 with 1:11 left. 2 by 2, check it underneath, and go get you another first down by virtue of a couple of missed tackles. And now you're out of bounds, and there's still 1:02 left. So we're going to see this at the end of the half from Oklahoma, and then we're going to see it again at the end of the game. Less than 2 minutes, able to go on a drive with no timeouts and go get it done. So now you're down to 30 seconds left in the half. They are inside the play clock here as they've had a stoppage. Actually, I take that back. You haven't had a stoppage. The clock's running. So at 30, 29, this is a 2nd and 14. They're going to start the clock once the official's ready and watch them get lined up. That's all we're watching here. So it's quarterback draw, or that's what the play winds up being. And you're tackled at 19 seconds on the clock. You don't have any timeouts. You're not going to start the play clock because now you're under it. So at 19, he's on the ground. And let's see if they can get up and run a play on a 3rd and short play. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. Offensive lineman ready. Official's out of there. Okay, so he's tackled at 19. 9 seconds later, you're lined up, ready to snap the ball on 3rd and 2. 10 seconds on the clock, no timeouts. And get it snapped at 8 or 9 on the clock. Had what he wanted to. Decent protection against a 4-man rush. And you got a touchdown right here, but don't make the catch. So they've settled for a field goal because it goes incomplete with 2 seconds left, so they're able to kick a field goal right here. So it still is good usage. You don't get it in the end zone. And TV was saying, that this is all on the running back. He's definitely got to catch this ball. And it is true. I mean, he's got to catch it. But when any quarterback will tell you, you got a running back that's running laterally one way or the other. You want to get that ball up. You want it on his chest and in his face. Not over his head, obviously, but you want it up. Guy who's running like this and you put it on his knee, that's a much harder catch than it looks like. Okay, here's a little second half series. Let's watch that. Early third quarter, 13:01. This is a second down. Ball's out here at midfield, so it's kind of, normal down in distance, but they're really going to kick it into high gear and just kind of efficiently go fast and put the pressure on the defense. Let's watch how they do it. So in 2nd 10, you're 2x2 with a tight end in a pistol. You got 6 in the box for Texas. There's a little hand signal that's telling that back something, and he's giving a little bit of an audible, either changing direction of the play or whatever. Inside run, good physical run, don't get a first down. All right, so he's down at 53 or 12:53. They've already started the play clock. You're 1 second inside of it there. So let's see how quickly they go. This will be a third down and relatively short play. So again, he's tackled at 12:53, and Oklahoma is lined up with a 2-back tight end look. So 12 personnel. They've changed the personnel, lined it up quick enough right here that, and Texas is not taking an opportunity to waste any time by changing their defensive personnel, which they could have, because it looks like a substitution for Oklahoma. But anyway, 10 seconds after the tackle, they're lined up ready to run the play, and exactly 10 seconds off the play clock. They are lined up ready to snap the ball. Snap at 11 seconds after, little play fake or read, and it could be an RPO, get yourself first down. All right, now he's tackled at 37. There's 40 on the – so at 34, 12:34, play clock began. Now we got a first down play. Look at them. They're lined up. Okay, 10 seconds later, you're lined up and about to snap the ball, and 10 seconds off the play clock. Now you're 10-11. You snap this one. Fake it, throw, catch, run, first down. Texas, no subs. I don't think Oklahoma's subbing here. Let's go back to the clock. He's tackled and down at 17-18. They start the play clock at 12:15. Okay, so 2 plays in a row. They're snapping it. They're ready at 10 seconds off the play clock and snapping it at 11. Here they're a little bit more taking their time. It's going to be closer to 20. Let's see. They're lined up at, okay, so they were lined up and ready to snap the ball at 15 seconds off the play clock. Actually going to snap it on this first down play after the motion, okay, at 23 seconds off the play clock. But still, again, that's at 17 left on the play clock, which they average snapping it across all their plays at 18 left on the play clock, which is the 4th fastest in the country last year at Oklahoma. So even when seem like they're going slow, they're going fast. Snap it, first down in the middle. All right, let's do another little series of plays here, and this time you're in the red zone because they're inside the 20-yard line. So this would be a good example of watching them sort of operate in that last 15 yards. You're in the red zone and going to go fast. The first play that's going to start them off, they're going to unblock this defensive end, okay, zone run away from him, going to unblock him and let the quarterback read him. And if he stays out, I'll give. If he goes inside and chases the running back, I'm going to pull it as a quarterback. And in this case, he's going to have a lead blocker if he pulls, and that's what's going to happen. So watch the defensive end. He's down inside, gone across, chasing the running back, right? They're all blocking away. I'm gone. So now the quarterback knows I'm going to pull. And when he pulls, he's going to have a lead right here from the tight end coming back from the other side. So that's going to get the play started, or this little series started right here. So he's pushed out of bounds at 11:26, 11:25. Pause it. Now the play clock has started. As he was running back inbounds, they began the play clock at 40 seconds. Now they've spotted the ball. They're getting lined up. Remember, he was out of bounds at 11:25. Okay, so here we are at 10 seconds since the play clock started, but really only 5 seconds off the clock since he went out of bounds. Not quite ready, but almost. We're going 2 backs and a tight end, same personnel as before. Okay, lined up, ready to snap it. Now 12 seconds off the play clock. a full 6 seconds off the game clock on 2nd and 4. Snap it, give inside. We got a first down now. It's 1st and goal. All right, plays over at 11:13, 11:12, 11. Now they've started the play clock at 11:11. So let's see how quickly they can run a 1st and goal play right here. No subs, get them lined up. We're at 12 off the play clock. Now we're ready, and I'm calling for the snap at 14 off the play clock, 26 seconds left on the play clock. Run the next play. I run the 1st and goal play, don't quite make it. Okay, so now he's down at 10:53. Let's see on the game. All right, so at 10:51 left, they'll start the play clock, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So let's see how quickly they can get the backup off the ground, line up, run a 2nd goal play. Not in any hurry whatsoever. Remember, again, they average 18 seconds left on the play clock when they snap it. In a normal deal. They're not going to make it at 18 on this time. A little bit more of a huddle. Out of the huddle quickly. Now we're ready. See, so you're ready to snap it at 15 on the play clock. Snap it at 14. Give inside. Touchdown. So again, here's an example where you watch them enough and do what we're doing. We're paying attention to how quickly they go against the play clock. You're watching it, and it starts getting down to, 18 on the play clock, 20, 19, 18. You think, oh, that's just average. But still, even when they look like they're going slow, they're going fast. This is really, really impressive to me. Here you are in this situation. You've got no timeouts. You're down by 3 with only 1:17 left. So they're starting this drive with 1:17 left and no timeouts. And yes, this kind of thing happens. Teams will go on drives, but a lot of times it'll involve one big play or 2 big plays. But again, for an offense that goes as fast as they do, 1:17 can seem like an eternity, and they don't feel like they're necessarily doing something out of character, okay? They're going to start the drive with a tight end into the boundary, 3 to the wide side of the field, but motion out of it. It's really 4 to the wide side, including the back, but they're going to motion out of this. Texas with 2 high safeties. They're going to have the cloud deal where it's like giving themselves a chance to have 3 over 2 on both sides. And they'll start the drive here at 1:17, snap it. They get a 2-man route both sides, but they're bringing this one across, kind of get him in front of the safety. And he's not really that open, but he gets in the middle of that zone coverage, throw, catch, and now you got a first down to start. So he's down at 110. Haven't started it yet, and he's flipped the ball to the receiver. Let's watch them line up. Down at really 111 as they move the chains. 37, 36 on the play clock, 1st and 10. They're ready 5 seconds into the play clock. Okay, 5 seconds into the play clock, or 6, and 1 second off the game clock after they move the chains, and they're ready to snap the ball. Snapping the ball. In fact, a 2-by-2 route, far side. Again, you could argue that you got to call this. Ball thrown downfield. I can't be blocking out here in front of it, but that's what you get. Don't get a call. Turn it up. Yeah, probably blocking downfield right there, but he got away with it. So again, let's look. He's out of bounds at 102. Play clock begins now. And 38, 37. So he was out of bounds at 102. You're inside of 2 minutes, so they spot the ball to 48. They are ready at 28 on the play clock, but they don't have to hurry here because they got out of bounds, right? Right. Still, they're in hurry-up mode. Just keep your rhythm going. Avoid the rush. Get a throw in the middle. Here's the big play. And that's all, again, by virtue, quarterback here, you're kind of running the coverage off, but quarterback avoiding a 4-man rush. And then there he makes the play. You get the big play down into their territory. So now you're in field goal range. Already you can tie the football game. He's down with a first down at 52 on the clock. Tosses the ball to the referee. And now the play clock has begun. Now you're at 51, and now we're at 39. Let's see when they get the next first down play snapped. And again, you're in the red zone. You're already in field goal range, and you can tie the game. So when are they going to snap it? They're ready to snap the ball at 31, so 9 seconds off the play clock and 1 second off the game clock. We've already seen that once in this drive. Actually snap it at, there were 3 seconds off the game clock and 11 seconds off the play clock. So 3 seconds of game time between plays. And then a throwaway, a good quick decision. So that stops the clock at 42 seconds and a 1st and 10. So let's see what we get. Oh, yeah, they did, get the pass interference call here on 8 for Texas. They called this pass interference. Ball in the air, pushing him out of bounds. Okay, so now you got 1st and goal. And again, because of the out of bounds, it stops it at 42. The play clock is irrelevant at this point. 1st and goal. You get a run. Okay, so you don't have any timeouts. No timeouts. Cannot stop the clock. He's on the ground. The play is just ending at 38 seconds. Let's see how quickly they can get up and get lined up. He's up. Ball to the official at 36. Play clock hasn't begun yet because, doesn't have to. And now you're operating basically under 30 seconds left in the game. Ready to snap it at 24. Motion. Need to let that happen. Snap it at 21. Okay, so let's go back. He's down at 38. You're up and lined up with no timeouts and snapping it at 21. So you use 17 seconds of game time to get to the next play, which they probably would consider that slow, but it does not matter when you score. And so there's your winner. One of those deals where, the motion was the key. They motioned him across, right? Tight ends up underneath. It drew the underneath. When this came across, nobody went back, and your motion man winds up kind of getting lost in the coverage. Again, the tight end's underneath and holds the defender up. Goes to the back corner. It's a heck of a job with a collapsing pocket by a little old bitty quarterback to just, such a gamer, step in there and bodies all around him and throw a strike to the pylon. And 15 seconds left on the game clock. That's the thing about it. That's how fast this is. You got 15 seconds left. And don't forget, this whole thing started at 1:17. They used 1 minute and 2 seconds off the clock to go 75 yards in 1 minute and 2 seconds to win the ball game. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. First of several. It's just some plays from one game, and we will, sit down and look at some other games and some past offenses and other players in Jeff Lebby's career as well. And it's the off season, so hey, what else are we gonna do? We got plenty of time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.